So, especially for the newer guys, not so much for people who've been in squads for a long time. Like I know you've been around for a while, but for new people, so basically RMC is supposed to orientate you guys to train newer squad members on their role in the squad, how to like meaningfully contribute to squad's tasking and their operations. So you essentially want to be high speed and low drag. But the low drag part is very important. So how can I help you understand what to do in certain scenarios? Being a convoy operation, an urban environment with ID threat, and also land nav. Those are the 3 things we'll cover today. Yeah. First of all, does anyone understand how to use the chain of command? So essentially what I mean by that is when you need to bring up something, or you need to communicate something to maybe someone higher, you want to go through the chain of command. Being squad members, your most likely first contact is the fire team lead. Following that, the fire team lead will get in contact with the squad lead. Alternatively, if the fire team lead is not available, for example, you go straight to the squad lead. But you go through that kind of chain of command in order to get things pushed. It'll be fire team lead, squad lead, and platoon lead, and then from onwards it's just all the commissioned ranks. Alright, we'll start off with the basic convoy operations. First of all, there are multiple roles within a vehicle, or VIC. First being the driver, obviously. And driver is also referred to as the Delta. So driver, Delta, pretty easy to remember. First letter of the word. And gunner, same goes for the gunner. Gunner will be Golf, referred to on the radio. And third important role is the navigator. 1 second, go play the rank core. Start off explaining the gunner. Golf. So, as you can see, most of these MRAPs have a Crow's M2 on them. These are operated from within the MRAP itself, so there's a camera feed and it controls. There might be different types during operation. Might have like a mounted gun where you actually operate from the top of it, but this is what we're going to use for today. There are 2 different types. There's like a 50 cal and then a Mark 19, which is like a bigger caliber. I think I'm not entirely sure.
That's a 40 mil AGL.
Yeah, okay. 40 like my grenade launcher. So another role is the navigator. Their role is to plot points on the map or follow the points on the map to advise the driver where to go. Sometimes it's a bit hectic, and the driver can't exactly always remember all the turns they're supposed to do. Like for example, if you open the map now, I'm going to be marking a few points on the map from our area. They're going to be points like a dot and then R or L and then S. So R and L obviously right and left. S will be straight. So if we look further south west, there's another S marker, and then we're going to go up around the base, and then we're going to go outside the wire eventually over to the IED facility, IED course. And then the driver's role is obviously drive the car, but he's also important to for him to understand the speeds of the convoy and listen out for convoy's orders. Coming usually from the platoon lead or the convoy lead, who is normally the platoon lead. So, all right, I'm gonna split you guys into 2 groups. You 3 on the right will be in the front MRAP, and 3 on the left will be on the rear MRAP. You guys can decide by yourselves who's driving, who's navigating, who's gunning.
You guys have any preferences?
I suck at driving.
Alright, I'll drive, you gun, wait, you said you're gonna navigate? No, I was thinking of driving, but I can gun if you want me to.
You know, I'll gun, you drive, you navigate.
You're with these guys.
And we're taking the first one.
No, we're taking the second
Yeah,
bit.
they'll take the first one. You guys take the second one. You guys decide who's
Yeah.
driver, who's
I
navigator.
already handled it.
Well, then I'm the driver then.
Yep.
Before we do leave, go anywhere, one thing to know is the different types of dismounts that we have that might be called by the convoy leader, or the squad lead if it's just you guys in the VIX. So there are three types. There's a hard dismount, and soft delta. A hard dismount is when everyone gets out of the vehicle. Hard dismount. So a soft dismount, on the other hand, is when the gunner stays in, but everyone else gets out. So a soft dismount allows for everyone to get out of the vehicle, but still have supporting fire from the gun of the vehicle. Soft delta is when both the gunner and the driver stays inside. So soft delta, if it's hard to remember, delta just refers to the driver, and soft is gunner. Soft just means that the gunner will stay in to provide support. So we're going to practice these three types of dismounts, and when I call them, just react accordingly based on your role. So when I say hard dismount, what do you guys do?
Everybody gets out except the gunner. No.
Yeah, firm. So we'll just do that, run that through. So hard dismount.
Did you say hard?
Hard dismount. A firm. Alright, mount back up. Alright, now soft delta. Alright, well done. Alright, mount back up. Now soft dismount. Gun us wiggle your gun for me.
Say again?
Alright, well done. Everyone mount back up. Alright, so in the convoy there are three speeds that you have to be aware of. It's Quebec, Whiskey, and Echo speed. If you look in keyboard, they're just in order, Quebec, Whiskey, and Echo. So that means that Quebec is the slowest speed, furthest on the left, and Whiskey is the middle speed, and Echo is the fastest speed. So Whiskey is when you just hold down the W key when driving, nothing else. And Quebec is the slowest speed, so you would hold down Control when driving. And Echo is the faster speed, and that's when you would hold down Shift and W to drive. It's basically a turbo, if you want to think about it that way. Does anybody have any questions so far before we move on?
Nope.
Alright, one more thing to add about Navigator's role. When we have, this is your job to kind of keep track of the markers on the map and advise the driver, but it's also your job to go on the long-range radio and notify the convoy on the convoy frequency when your Vic is making that turn. For example, when the driver makes the right turn further down the road, then Navigator's role is to call over the convoy freak and say your Vic number and then right turn. So obviously the front Vic will be Vic 1, second Vic will be Vic 2. And one more thing before we leave, second last thing really, is the way that you park the vehicles on the road when you reach the vehicle dismount point, or the VDP. So one way is called a zipper or a herringbone. That's when you pull off the road on the dirt and you park your vehicle about 45 degrees off to the side. And then depending on the convoy, you might do like a staggered column kind of thing, where one Vic will be on the right, one Vic will be on the left, then you alternate. That will obviously be dependent on the terrain. If it's unavailable for you to park on both sides, then you would do it on one side. But ideally, you would pull 45 degrees off the road. Additionally, the driver's seat and the navigator, actually everyone in the Vic, should have access to the long-range radio in the vehicle. You can open this by using Alt-P. If you don't have one, don't worry. But if you do have one, it should be at least the driver and the navigator. But it's important having a convoy freak and be monitoring on it. Give me 1 second, go to the bomber.
What is vehicle long range?
We'll set a long range to be 370. Sorry, we 69. Actually, we 69. 70 is JSWAC.
What are we setting it to? 6-9?
Second vehicle standing in. Yeah, 6-9.
Alright. So if everyone can set your long range, you can see to 6-9 if you guys have a long range.
Got it.
Be advised the
And
navs
if you
don't
guys
have the
are-
long range.
Navs don't have one? Which
And
role, sorry?
navigators do not have the long range.
Okay, fair. In that case, I think we updated it. But then the drivers will be the one to communicate the roles. I mean the turns. Also, before
Like
convoy
two
starts,
seconds.
normally there will be a convoy check-in. So the platoon lead, the convoy lead will call in for a check-in from all the vehicles in the convoy. In that case, the first Vic would just say first Vic green, Vic 2 green, and then once everyone down the line is all ready to go, then we would call in. Alright, if you take a look at your map, we have a little route to follow. We go down this road to the southeast, we'll take a right turn, and then we'll go straight along the runway. Let's get used to the different speeds. And then we'll go along, and then go around the hangars, and go left, and then right, and then pull outside the wire.
Alright.
First Vic
Convoy
green.
check-in.
First Vic green.
Second Vic green.
Okay. First Vic, pull out onto the road. Second Vic, follow.
First Vic copy.
And park it. Stop. Alright, well done. One thing to know when you're in gunner as well is the orientation of your gun. So the first Vic will always be pointing their gun to the front. If there are multiple vehicles in the convoy, the ones behind will go to the left or right, and then they'll alternate from there. The rear Vic, however, always points their gun to the rear. So seeing that we only have 2 Vics in the convoy, really, today, it's going to be looking to the front and looking to the rear. Convoy continue, Quebec speed. So often, Quebec speed will be the speed that we use inside the wire whenever we're on base or any urban environment. That's what the speed that the convoy lead will call for.
We're gonna make a right up here at this turn.
First Vic
Also,
right.
make sure to maintain good spacing between the vehicles to avoid desync and other things. And like, alright, now that we're on the straight road, you can bring it up to whiskey speed. So that's convoy whiskey speed.
First Vic copies.
Would like to desync.
What about desync?
I got some desyncs.
Ah.
Convoy, echo speed.
Alright, intersection here, proceed straight.
First Vic, passing, going straight.
Second we can pass.
Okay, bring back down to Whiskey while we go around the base.
Just keep following the road here.
Okay, convoy hold. No need to park it, just hold position. Alright, we're gonna switch around positions just to have everyone get a feel for different roles so you guys can rotate within the vehicle.
So what positions do we all want to go in?
I don't know. I don't mind going down now.
Alright, then I'll take driver. Unless somebody else needs to... Oh, wait, right. So I guess I gotta be nav, right? Alright, we'll do it like that.
What are we doing?
Whoever was driver, go in gun, I guess. And then I'll go as nav, and then whoever was nav, go driver.
Alright, I don't know how to operate this radio.
You just press control, caps lock.
Pro caps lock.
Yep. Just gotta make sure it's set to the right station, so Alt P and then set it to...
Was this showing
69.
about the user long range?
It's set.
Okay.
Are we guys
So radio
green?
check.
I guess so.
6-9.
I'm on 6-9. How do I
Control and caps lock is your push to talk.
It's not working. Give me a second.
Second we got some problem with driver.
Joe, you can switch around if you need to.
He doesn't know how to use the radio.
Can't use the long range. I don't know how to use long range.
Joe, we switch
Long
drivers
range.
now, we can brief him later. Hey, Brian, go ahead and
Alright.
step in my vehicle over here.
Swap. Pliskin radio check.
Copy, are you Vic 2 driver?
Vic 2 driver, A-firm.
Alright, convoy continue. Whiskey speed.
A-firm. Vic 2 stepping off.
Didn't know Mule would step. Something new.
Yeah, you can go into the gun itself by pressing the right mouse button, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Please don't do it.
Yeah.
Alright, this intersection
one
up
left.
here, make a left.
Making a left.
Wow,
Wow.
Desync, Jesus.
that's some driving skill. Right through the grass. Jesus.
When we hit the main road up here, we're gonna make a right.
Okay.
Vic 1, right?
Desync.
Yeah.
Alright, convoy echo speed until we hit the turn.
Echo is full, buddy. Shift.
Full tilt. Full tilt.
Shift, my friend. Shift.
I am at shift. This is full.
Only going 70? Jeez.
Yeah, these things are pretty freaking slow.
Oh, 80.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's
Alright, we
just got really bad
intersection.
acceleration.
We got an intersection coming up here that my map is telling me to make a left at.
Yep. Alright, we're going back.
Go ahead and take left.
Going left.
And Convoy, when we hit the IED course, go ahead and park it using the zipper method.
Say again, over.
And go ahead and park it on the left.
A-firm parking left.
De rest toe.
Stay in vehicles until we call dismount. In convoy operations, you won't be dismounting until someone calls for a dismount.
Oh, A-firm.
Alright, we'll start with soft dismount. And then have everyone else pull security on the left and right of the vehicle.
Securing southwest.
Alright, we're clear. Hard dismount. Cool, that was pretty smooth. Everyone put your hard covers on and meet me over at the IED area.
A-firm.
Hey, Corporal, I need to go grab my food. I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay?
Go, Archer. 2 minutes
Also,
tops.
Bree,
I just
you're
gotta
on
use
full
my.
range 1, 2, 3 for today.
Oops, sorry.
Alright.
Alright, just a little note on convoy stuff. While we're waiting. Normally in the convoy, there'll be certain situations. Maybe there's an IED on the road, someone's detected, or run into a roadblock or something. It's not your job to make a decision or necessarily plan out new tasking for what to do. That'll be up to the convoy lead, but it's your job as either the driver or the gunner or any other member of the convoy to listen out for the orders and be able to react accordingly and carry out the tasking. Like, for example, if there's an IED on the road, someone will call that out. Maybe a CE or someone with the mine detector in the front of the Vic, front of the convoy. They call it IED. And the convoy lead will probably call for the convoy to hold if it's in the way. In that case, we'll wait for either the CE to deal with it. If there's no infrastructure in the area, like no buildings or anything that can be damaged, they'll probably shoot it with the gun on top of the MRAP and take it out that way from a safe distance. But if there is infrastructure, then either the CE will go in to defuse it if it's safe to. We'll go over whether it's safe to how to determine whether it's safe to defuse the IED or not later on. But if it's not safe to, then the convoy Vic will probably the convoy lead will probably call for a cordon or an alternate route to bypass the IED. In the event that there is a vehicle down, maybe because of an IED or RPG or something that hit, most likely thing to happen is the convoy lead will call for a 360 cordon around the down Vic, so the vehicles will park around it, security area, but will not have a dismount yet, so it'll just be the vehicles. Platoon lead will determine whether dismount is warranted or to load the down packs into Vics as necessary. If there is a dismount, the medics will be going in to do their job, and everyone else will hold security around the area. And if the down packs is loaded into your vehicle, if you're not the driver or the gunner, it's your job to help with medical if possible. So if you need to do that, just use your ACE interact with the vehicle's passengers. You can help them with medical that way. A lot of other scenarios are up to the platoon lead, the convoy lead's discretion, and it's just to listen out for how they want to react. Alright, Granger, you're back?
Yeah, I've been back.
Okay. The Fremgen wanted to come on. Let me find him. Alright. I'll confirm again. We've done the convoy stuff already. We'll go through that with you and Green later on, do a little crash course. We're moving on to the IED section now. So, alright, everyone has auto covers on. Alright. Let's everyone group up and line up on this, the edge of the tent here. Don't worry, these are, they're not active. But these are different types of IEDs that we'll encounter if you want to take a close look. So, obviously this one dug into the ground. I think something to look out for is not necessarily the shell, but the red wire over here. That's a good signifier for an IED, something that is rigged up to blow. Also, sometimes you may have seen a rubbish pile like this, a small one, some newspapers, some plastic bottles. That itself is not the IED, but it's underneath. If you look, you can come around and see, get different angles on it. But from the front, you can see that the kind of brown shell is visible, as well as the red wire. That's what you want to look out for. So in this big rubbish pile here, there are at least 2 IEDs buried inside. Can you guys spot them for me?
This one's right here, right near my foot. I see the
right
wire.
here.
With the red wire?
And here.
Yeah.
Yep, that one there. Cool. That one's pretty easy. Obviously they stick out a bit more when they're on the ground like this. But when they're in the grass or in the bush or in like rubble, it's harder to identify.
Yeah.
So from here, we're going to be moving into the town of Gravia. Inside there, our setup is we know there's an IED threat in the area. As we move along in a staggered column, as part of a squad, we're going to be, as part of the squad, to be looking out for IEDs and notifying other squad members on radio that there's an IED threat. So make sure you're all on 1, 2, 3, and if you do see an IED or something that could be an IED, make sure to call it out. The fire squad will have to hold and make sure that it's clear.
Alright.
So could everyone set up as a staggered column on the road over there?
No. Green, what are you...
Alright, doesn't have to be too tidy, we're just moving along the town. But let's start moving. When we get to the blue flag, we're gonna make a right turn at this road here. That's intersection. We keep it at a slow jogging pace.
Crossing.
Rubble left and right. You can slow it down a bit if you need to, but don't go and like look around, and make sure to maintain the formation. Hack. Hold. Nice, squad hold. What do you have? Red wire seen, IED in front of me, 5 meters. Good spot. Alright, Hano, you're gonna stay here and form a cordon. Basically you're gonna hold here and make sure no one else comes close. So rest of the squad, you're gonna be bypassing this IED on the right hand side of the road. While Hano keeps watch for it. When we get to the intersection, we're going to take a left turn.
You said left turn?
Affirm, left turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Alright, I know, form back up.
Okay, going back to the right.
I do. Oh.
If you see something, call on the radio. Affirm. So anything else out of the ordinary around this IED?
Negative, nothing out of the ordinary around it.
You sure? Anyone else? Anyone else see anything?
Wire, I think.
Yeah, the wire, I see.
Look in the vicinity. Anything around the area that you should know as well.
Camera, I think. Yep, camera.
Affirm, camera. So an IED has to be triggered remotely. They're not usually a pressure plate kind of thing. So the camera is there for the watcher, the IED triggerman, to watch the IED and see if there are any of us nearby. If the camera sees any of us, then the triggerman knows to blow it. So the camera is a good indicator. If you don't see IED first, you might see the camera first. Then you know to look up
Can we blow
IEDs.
the camera?
Negative, because if you shouldn't be necessarily taking out the camera, because if the triggerman knows that the camera's been taken out or the feed's gone, then there's probably a squad near it. So let's move on. Continue static column along the road. Take a right turn at the flag. Don't worry about stepping over it. It won't blow up.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. Which way are we turning?
Right turn. While we're moving through the town, look out for any other subtle markers or anything that could give away a certain IED position.
I got like a yellow thing in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
No, I think this is speed bump.
Affirm, would you like the squad to hold? Alright, we'll hold anyways. So, while we're here, so the Zeus's won't always go into this much detail, but sometimes in real life, IEDs were placed down by the forces inside a town, but they'll place certain things in the town that will notify civilians that there's an IED nearby, but things that will normally go over our heads. For example, this piece of cardboard, yellow cardboard on the road is a bit obvious, but yeah, if you look around the boxes here, you'll see that there is an IED.
Oh yeah, over there.
Another
Back
marker another subtle marker that they may use to signal the locals that there's an ID nearby. Could be the two cars here. If locals know that there's two cars parked like on these locations, then they know that this area is has an ID rig nearby and not to be in this area.
No.
That's-
There's
the
no red
cardboard
wire.
is
That-
not the red wire.
No, over there.
Look behind you, Bree.
Behind you.
Oh.
That's just indicator.
Yep. So other subtle things, like maybe a lack of civilians even, or just little markers like this, are something you look out for. Alright, let's move on. We'll take a left turn through this alleyway here.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, the alleyway with a ton of garbage.
I don't see any red wires.
Normally won't see them, but like maybe with the campaign we have, that way mines, but it's harder to see. What we have to see is mine detector to find those.
Which way at the intersection?
Left turn at the blue flag.
Welcome.
Convoy possible IED right side of the road.
Alright, anything, do you guys see anything nearby?
I got like a garbage in front of that plant over there on the right side of the road.
Okay, so what you're looking for when you see an ID is look for anyone watching, really. Anything that, whether camera or person, you want to be looking out for who's watching the ID to know when to blow it. So look around the area.
I got eyes on a civilian. He's up in the second story window, south of me.
Yeah, so you see a civilian over to the south. If you guys can't see from there, you can pull up. You can come over to the fence over here. But there is a civilian over on the second floor of the building, looking at the area and the IED. Sometimes you might see someone with binos or phone, or also holding a rifle or scope. So those are signifiers that there is a triggerman watching, if he's not a triggerman himself. In this situation, squad lead will make a decision either to if he's an obvious threat and he's the one watching, the squad lead might call for people to get a safe distance away from the IED, and then maybe take out the guy or get closer to apprehend him. In this case, we'll just keep moving.
Oh, so we're not. Okay.
Which way is the blue flag?
We'll hold at the blue flag. Alright, before we move on to land nav, that concludes the IED course. Does anybody have any questions to ask?
Nope.
No.
None. Don't
Okay,
shoot the
we'll move
IED,
over to the affirm. Don't shoot the IED unless you're in a vehicle, in a convoy, and really far away. And the platoon lead tells you to. Alright, we'll go over to the land nav area now. In the meantime, Femjin and Breen, could you guys join up on a group so it's easier?
Join up on your group. Alright, good.
Okay.
No, stop dying.
What? There we go.
Yeah.
Sound off, boys.
You did.
Okay.
You did.
Have a line up all against the wall over here.
Alright. Last time someone told me that, I got shot.
Against you.
Oh, they tell you to line up against the wall, then they pull out a pistol, then you're fucked.
Alright, let's
Famous
put you guys
last
up
words.
first.
Alright, Plyskin, Davidson, Hanno, and Dujak. Go blue.
Blue.
And Breen, Kratos, and Femjin, go red.
Wait, is Granger meant to be here?
He's right behind
Where's
you.
Granger? Oh,
He's AFK
Granger.
also.
Behind me, Jesus.
Can smell you.
Oh, okay. I'll move on. Alright, so land nav portion, this is basically to orientate you guys on how to
Vic incoming.
navigate. Yeah, fuck.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's Busby. Alright, so this is to orientate you guys with how to navigate terrain using just the markers on the landmarks around you without your GPS or your Android. So everyone drop your GPS or Android or C-Tab. You can keep your maps, keep your compasses. You'll need those.
Yeah.
How do I drop? Like just drop them on the
Just
ground?
drop it onto the ground.
Oh wait, we're not
Drag it
using
over
them.
to the left hand side.
I don't even know how to use them.
Normally you'd have these and they would help, especially GPS, but just for the sake of today, for example, if you've lost it, something went wrong with personal or your loadout. I trust you guys. I'm not gonna go check. I trust you guys
Hold
have
on.
dropped it.
Shit, why is I dropped on the floor? But it's still open. Oh, there we go. I fixed it.
Alright. Your colors went away for some reason. Alright.
Because people join the server and shit gets
Yeah.
kick us.
But Dujak, Hanno, Davidson, and Plaskin can go blue. Granger go red.
Oh, my GPS. I almost forgot my GPS.
And drop your. You dropped it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there we go. I just noticed. I forgot. I had it.
Alright, so red, you're gonna be Alpha. Blue, you'll be Bravo. So you look on the map, you'll see different points. Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha Bravo. So these are different POIs that you'll have to navigate to. But before we step off, how do you guys know where that we are to land at course? Exactly.
Big building
So-
behind us.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to use landmarks like the building behind us, the town to our right, maybe trees in the area and the terrain. So that's how you can identify where you are, where you're facing as well. Well, then you got a compass for that. Alright, so Alpha, you're gonna step off to Alpha 2, and when you guys get to the POI, you're gonna let me know. You're gonna see a bunch of targets, but you have to let me know color of these scarves that they're wearing, because they have different colored scarves on them. So Alpha, you can step off to Alpha 2, and Bravo, step off to Bravo 1.
Wait, is blue Alpha or Bravo?
Blue is Bravo.
Bravo.
Once you guys reach the POI, contact me on the radio.
Are we putting in our mags? Or are we shooting anything?
Alright, so we're going to
Up to you guys.
Bravo
Go ahead and move
1?
as a squad to find your POI.
Why are they running already?
Wait, I'm ready.
Alright, blue
Yeah,
is
you're right.
Bravo, Alpha, red is Alpha.
Guess we're just continuing, so.
Well, I'm following
I'm gonna
them.
guess what
Wait, hold
Alright.
up. So that is.
Yeah, red's holding at the road.
A little to the left.
Yep.
Wait, they said he said Bravo
Alright, use
2,
things
right?
like roads, trees, and buildings to help you.
We're going over here, I think.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, we're going in this forest here.
Oh, okay.
This is it. Step light. Gotta find our target scene west. No, that was a shadow of my fucking.
I think it's through here, maybe.
It's gotta be.
Target.
They removed the targets and the markers. So they did. Alright. So once you guys are satisfied, instead of using the targets, once you guys are satisfied that you have reached the POI, let me know.
I guess, I hope.
There's no and there's no targets either, so that's great.
Well, this is the defilade. Looking at the map, there's a defilade in the tree line. Yeah, we're at the right spot.
No, we have to move a little further up, I think. Right, hold on. Which Bravo point was supposed to go to? Bravo 2?
Bravo 2.
1.
Bravo 1?
I don't remember.
One.
No, because if that
Alpha,
was...
where are you? Alpha's moving over to
One at a
Alpha 2
time.
right now. Archer, Hannah.
Hannah, send it.
Confirm we're going to Bravo 1 for Bravo team.
Hey, from Bravo 1, what do you see around you?
Be advised, elephant grass and a defilade.
Good copy. Alpha team. Are you guys at Alpha 2 still? Have you moved on?
I think we're a tiny bit before
we're
this
still looking
lost
at Alpha.
Alpha's red.
Either way, I think we're good.
Copy. Regroup and bring yourself over to Alpha 1. Bravo team, blue team, go ahead and make your way over to Bravo 2.
Bravo 2, act.
Alright, stand by one guy.
So again, Alpha's going Alpha 1? So there's rocks, so we're just gonna head
We're just
west.
gonna move east.
Go to Alpha
I
1.
mean west.
Roger,
No,
Alpha,
we're just gonna
as we
move
keep
west,
moving.
so this way.
Wait a second. Hold
What?
on 1 second.
And hold at Alpha 1 when you get there.
So we can follow this defilade. Yep, so we hit the defilade and then we adjust southwest about.
Go 260. Direct 263.
263,
I have a map tool.
Good.
I do have a map tool.
Where are we going now?
Which team is this?
Just stuff. I got.
There's a rock. We're on the one to the left of it, I believe.
Yeah, we're gonna be close to that second pair of rocks farther back.
Alright, I think we made it.
I believe it's just gonna be to the northern side of these. Close to the northern side is where the exact point is, but it's about over here.
Okay. This is
Bravo checking in.
Yeah, this location.
Alpha checking in.
Copy, Bravo. Bravo, have you reached Bravo 2?
Bravo has reached Bravo 2. We see rocks and a hill leading up.
Copy, what direction is the hill?
The hill is to our south-southwest.
Good copy. Continue moving to Bravo 3. Alpha check in.
Bravo 3, AC.
You guys have
Alpha
visuals?
has reached Alpha 2.
So Bravo
And
3
Alpha
is
1.
up.
Alpha's reached
up
Alpha
the
1.
hill?
Copy,
Towards the
describe
top near a
location,
wall
Alpha
in a building.
It's basically in a building, yeah,
there's
on the
a
northeastern side of the military complex.
A lot of
just
open
inside
covers,
the
a
fence.
few trees,
From our position,
road
it's
to
exactly
our
210.
east.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in
It's an
I
intersection.
think that'd be it.
Yep.
It is
Alright,
exactly
good copy.
210 from our
Alpha, move on to Alpha 3.
That looks like the building up there.
Yeah, that's it, probably.
Yep.
It's on the,
It's just outside that base.
Yeah, so that's the building.
It's inside the building, dude.
Negative.
Map. I
It's
don't think so.
inside.
Yes, it's literally showing it on top of the building.
It's on top of the building. Oh.
Yeah, so I would assume we'd go inside.
Alright, so looks like we're coming up now.
So there should be this outer perimeter, then there's an inner perimeter
And
of
then
the
there's an inner
base.
perimeter, and then
We
the-
want
Yeah,
the,
then we wanna go
want
in
the
this.
outer perimeter. So it should be this first building right here.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it right there.
Alright, we're here.
Bravo checking in. Bravo has reached Bravo 3.
Alright, Bravo, describe your location.
Bravo is at a military compound in one by cargo tower in the northeast of the compound.
Good copy. What bearing are you from the start position, roughly?
Be advised the start position is
70,
east northeast of our current lock.
about 70.
Good copy, return to the start position.
Hold on, we
AFAB.
can rappel down. Wait, we can rappel down this?
You can rappel down from anything if you're brave enough. Don't, because you'll probably kill yourself, but
No, I'm good.
you proved me wrong.
If I died, honestly, I would have deserved it.
Is start position Bravo 1 or is it the wall?
Yeah, it's that over there. That complex right there near the Humvee. Says the one with his gun out all the way.
Yeah, you run faster when you have your gun out.
No, like you have it fully out, like you have it like holding or pressing C twice. Does it really burn it less?
So,
Alpha, check in.
Alpha is currently
Yeah?
moving over to Alpha 3 right now. I believe we're about to make it.
Oh, now you have it like that. Okay.
The control seat, that's the
He's way
fastest you
down
can
there.
run without burning.
Alright, Alpha 3, just to clarify, Alpha 3's position is at the rocks. So once you're at the rocks, let me know when you're there.
He is so far up. The fuck is that? Is that Davidson?
What drugs he's on?
He's not gonna be able to shoot. To shoot him.
Well, it's not gonna be immediately after. I'm assuming he's gonna let us take a stand break.
Alright, Alpha, just to help you out. Alpha 3 position is going to be at the rocks. Regiment has gone a bit too far up the hill. It's going to be right down the rocks to the north. So if you look further north, there's another cluster of rocks. If you look at your map, there are two clusters marked by the black kind of rock symbols. So you can use that to help you. The rock symbols are quite accurate. They'll mark out rock formations like this. Additionally, if you see another one to your north and you're at the southern one, you know you're at Alpha 3 instead of Bravo 2.
Do you really have to sprint the whole way back?
What? I mean,
Alright, Alpha, go ahead and return to the start position.
and we're not blue
After
anymore.
that, Alpha returned to start position.
Well done, guys.
Grab my GPS back.
Hey, go ahead and pick up your stuff.
Hold on, which one's mine? Okay.
So how do we do, boss man?
Yeah, pretty well. Better than the O squad. One time I said that.
Question. using map tools cheating?
No, not at all.
You have them.
Awesome. Yeah, I just
Part of
start
the
point,
SFP.
go to the next point. Direct bearing. Awesome.
That's
Map
how you
tools,
should
though.
be really. I mean that helps you find a
very
bearing
nice.
to follow.
And
Yeah.
use the bearing
Even with
and then combine
even
it
with my
landmarks.
Android, I like to, if I go into a new objective, I like to find the exact bearing to objective and then just use that as a reference.
What's up, Corporal?
All right, Alpha, welcome back. Go ahead, line back up. All right, so that covers the practical side. One more thing to cover is reading grid references on the map. So if you look in your map and go over to the same location that we're at, you'll see that the grid reference is at the top and the side. So you will read the top grid reference first and then the side one. So in order to get the grid, for example, of the land nav course, you would use the bottom left part. So land nav course's grid reference is 133169. So that point with that dot on the map is what you would look at for that grid. And following that, we have a more accurate way of describing the grid. For example, within the grid itself, the 6-digit grid, you want to say which part of that 6-digit grid the land nav course is at. You would split up this grid into a grid of 9.
So keypad
Again.
1.
Exactly. So we have the keypad and numpad system. If you look at your keyboard, you should, if you do have a numpad, I don't, but I used to have one. You have the numpad, obviously. So it goes the numbers on the numpad. So anybody have a numpad here?
I do.
I do.
All right. What is the top left key?
Top left is 7.
Is it 7?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 7. Okay, so we'll go 7, 8, 9 at the top row, and then obviously, and then at the bottom it will be 1, 2, 3. So if you want to have the exact location of land nav course, you would say grid reference 133 169 numpad or keypad 1. The numpad 1 is what you refer to it as. And then if you want to talk about Alpha or Bravo 1, for example, then you would say grid reference 132 170 numpad 2. Numpads are not always necessary, but if, for example, squad lead needs more accurate description of where you guys at, then you can use numpads. You don't have to be exact in terms of, like, if it overlaps between 2 different numpads, you don't have to be too exact, as long as they know roughly which part of that grid to be looking at, then that's good enough.
Question.
Hey, firm.
Do you guys use 8 figures at all?
Not not usually.
I figured out already.
Because it's a bit harder to use the numbers to pinpoint it.
I figured it out.
I mean, you can get a 10-digit grid reference from a micro dagger and a vector 21, but that's, even as a JTAC, we don't use that.
Yeah.
Roger.
Alright, so that concludes the Rifleman's course for everyone except for Bream and Frangen, because they were late. So, does anybody have any questions before I dismiss you guys? Feel free to ask me later on as well, if you need to, if anything comes up. But everyone else except for Bream and Frangen, you're dismissed.
Cool.
Thank you.
Is the squad FTX still happening? Or?
I'm gonna do the repelling thing again.
Company FTX,
Okay. We
Yeah,
could
you guys
join,
can still
right?
go to that. Do you guys need a TP?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Let me figure out where they are.
What's the frequency again?
I'm just gonna bring you back, guys, back to the spawn. Because I don't think they've left yet.
111.
Alright, good night. See ya.
Point, tank 1.